everyone, welcome back to Sizzling Sundays. My name is Jess, or the Tie Fighter Chick. Today we are doing a very special recipe, though it is not a Disney recipe, so stick around, I'll give you the story behind that in just a second. I did want to say thank you for sticking around my channel. I know that November has been a little bit slow for videos. I have slowed down my spending for this year. We're kind of hitting the holidays, so money is going to other things. But prior to this month, I had been getting unemployment from from losing my job due to COVID and all that whole thing that's going on right now. So I was getting unemployment, so I was spending a lot more. I was making more than I had previously in my other job being on unemployment. So I was spending a lot more than I probably normally would. So I had a lot of boxes coming in, a lot of videos that I had filmed quite a ways out. You know, when you're in quarantine, you don't have a whole lot of things to do. But now that I'm back in the swing of things with my job, I've got other obligations going on, so I have slowed down my spending in this realm, at least for a little bit. We'll see what January holds and see if I can kind of pick things back up a little bit and kind of get back in the swing of unboxings. But let's get to today's recipe. I am super excited for this. Since we are getting to the holidays, you know, it's the time for family, and this recipe that I'm gonna make today is actually my grandmother's. This is her recipe. I believe it was passed down from either her sister or her mother. And I will include a picture of it at the very end. It has the name there listed of who created the original recipe. But it is one of my favorites. I have been craving this for months, and I finally sat down and decided to make it. The recipe we're doing today is Poppyseed Chicken. Yes, Poppyseed Chicken. So I've kind of done some of the prep work already, but you will need 2 cans of the cream of chicken soup. I just have the Campbell's variety, whatever you want to use as long as it's cream of chicken. I have 2 whole sticks of butter. Yes, 2 whole sticks. This is not a low-fat, low-calorie dish by any means, but it's good for this time of year when it is getting colder. You kind of want that comfort food. So 2 whole sticks of butter. We have poppy seeds here. I have gone ahead and done my chicken already. 3 sleeves of Ritz crackers and a container of sour cream. So that is everything that you need for this recipe. You'll also need a 13x9 baking dish and 5 to 6 chicken breasts. I've got 5. I know some packages come with 5, some come with 6, just depending on the size and weight. My package happened to have 5. The recipe calls for the chicken to be boiled. It didn't state how long. I did mine for about 15 minutes, and it's pretty close to being done. I checked it with a thermometer and it was about 130, 135 inside. This is gonna be baked, so it will finish cooking in the oven. But I have gone ahead and, whoops, I'm dropping chicken. I have gone ahead and cut it into bite-sized pieces. That was the bulk of the prep work, so I went ahead and did that already. The other big bulk of the prep work is crushing all of these. Yes, you have to take and make these into cracker crumbs. So I am going to pause the video there and start breaking these all up so you don't have to sit here and watch all of that. So bear with me just a second and we'll get cracking on these. Okay, I am back. I now have crushed cracker crumbs. They are definitely not a uniform size, but it'll be good for what I want. Next, the 2 sticks of butter have to go into the microwave and they have to be melted. So I'm gonna do this probably about 1.5 minutes at a time, just so it doesn't start like boiling or anything. So we'll get that going. While that is in the microwave, I will pull this over. If you're wondering why I'm facing the opposite direction of where I'm normally standing, because of the boiled chicken on the stove earlier, it is still very hot and I didn't want to put stuff together on top of a hot surface. So I'm taking and dumping all of the chicken down into the 9x13 pan. Kind of moving it around. So as you can see, it's pretty full. I probably could have cut the chicken up a little bit smaller, but it'll do for what I want. I'm kind of cleaning as I go, so I've been sticking stuff down in the sink. So the recipe now calls for the soup, the cream of chicken soup, both cans. Oh, come on. Well, I got it halfway open. So we're just gonna kind of glob this down into here. So it calls for the cream of chicken soup mix, soup cans, as well as the sour cream to be added to the chicken and mixed around. Let's see if I can get this one open. There we go. That one came all the way out. That makes life much easier. So we're gonna mix all that together while the butter is finishing up. Get all of this out of here. There we go. What's everyone doing for Thanksgiving this year? We're not doing a whole lot. I've got to perfection. So that was about 1.5 minutes in the microwave, so that is good to go. I'm gonna let that cool for just a minute while I mix everything else up. So for Thanksgiving, I'm actually gonna be working on the days on either side of Thanksgiving. The way my job works is you get one of the 2 holidays, so you get either Christmas or Thanksgiving. You don't get both. But I wasn't too upset about it. My partner's son's gonna be in town for the holidays, so we'll see him for a little bit. And then he'll be going back down to school. So we're really not doing much. We'll probably get a turkey and make a turkey and all that kind of good stuff, but we'll see. We shall see. And then for Christmas, we're gonna go up to the mountains, but that's gonna be kind of early December. What does everybody else have planned? I know with COVID, it's a little bit more difficult to, make plans to do a lot of stuff with travel restrictions and all that. Okay, so it's a little bit messy. I just started mixing everything together, but there's the chicken and the sour cream and chicken soup all together. So I'm just mixing this up, mixing it in together to make one mixture, homogeneous mixture, before I do anything with the cracker crumbs. But yeah, I love this recipe. It is one of the things that when I lived near my grandmother, would ask her to make for me when she was still cooking. She's not cooking very much anymore. She also found out that she is gluten intolerant, has celiacs. So Ritz crackers aren't really high on the list, nor is the soup mixture of things that she can eat very easily. So this recipe kind of fell down by the wayside, and I had asked my mom if she happened to have the recipe handy and could send it to me, because I've been, like I said, craving this for months. And so she sent me the recipe, sent me a picture that I'll insert at the end, but there's the chicken mixture. She sent me, the recipe so that I could sit here and make this, since I've been craving it. Okay, so I've got my mixing bowl here with the butter. I'm gonna add in the whole bag of cracker crumbs. Grab a spoon here. And we're just gonna mix all this up, breaking any large, extra large crackers that I see. So it takes a little bit to mix this up. As you can see, there's, the butter doesn't like super coat everything, and you don't really want it to. You don't want the crumbs soaking wet, but you do want them to be, covered in butter. Oh man, this is smelling so good already. I'm so excited. So we're actually eating this for lunch today. It's not too terribly cold outside. The last couple of days it's actually been like 80. I didn't know that we skipped from fall and winter and went all the way back to spring. But it seems a little more windy today, and it looks like it's getting a little more cloudy outside, so maybe we are getting a cold front through and it'll go back to feeling like fall. That will make me a very happy camper. I am a big lover of fall. Fall is my favorite season. It is definitely one of my favorites. I love hoodie weather. Like, hoodie weather's the best. Okay, so I've got everything mixed up. I know it's gonna be a little hard to see, but the cracker crumbs are coated in the butter, but they're not soaking wet. Now here's the tricky part. I have to measure out 2/3 of this and mix it in to the chicken mixture. So I'm gonna kind of move the camera down here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Kind of have to move things around a bit. There we go. Kind of scoot back a little bit here. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So you want to use about 2/3 of the mixture of cracker crumbs into the chicken mixture, and you want another 1/3 left over for the top because you want it to be crunchy on top. So we're going to take in, just gently mix this in. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Try not to drop any on the floor. Gonna say, I'm sure the cat will come over and vacuum it right up. He's been sitting next to his food dish near me waiting for his lunch. Let me tell you, when I say that sucker loves food, I think more than anything else. Isn't that right, Fuzzbutt? Yeah, he's sitting next to his food bowl. Okay, so this does not have to be perfectly mixed in. Doesn't have to be perfectly mixed together, you know, where every little piece is covered. You just kind of want it to be, for the most part. I think that looks pretty good. Kind of smooth that out. And now for the top. Oh, I also forgot to mention I have preheated the oven to 350 for this. And it's been sitting here on behind me so that I can pop this right in the oven. And like I said, it takes about 30 to 45 minutes to bake for this recipe. Since the chicken is, you know, most of the way done already, it shouldn't take too terribly long. And chef's prerogative. Yum. Butter and Ritz crackers, who would have thought? All right, I'm just gonna kind of take and gently spread this out a little bit just so it covers everything up a little bit better. Oh, there you have it. That looks pretty good. Nice and full of crumbs. Yummy, yummy. All right, I am going to pause the video here since putting it into the oven is going to be a little bit longer process. I won't make you sit and stare at the walls. I will come back when this is out of the oven and show you what it looks like, and then we'll do a taste test. All right, see you in a couple minutes. So you know how I just stuck that in the oven? I just realized, you know what I forgot? The poppy seeds. So I took and scraped everything off of the top. It's not pretty, but I scraped everything off the top. And I'm gonna sprinkle in the 2 tablespoons of poppy seeds. And now we get to mix it around again. Lord bless. Yep, realized it right as I stuck it in the oven that I had forgotten the most important ingredient to make it poppy seed chicken. The poppy seeds. Gotta love making mistakes in the kitchen. At least I got it to it before everything had heated up in the oven, so it was real easy to pull it back out. So we're just gonna kind of mix everything back in. So I can spread the poppy seeds out. I'm probably gonna add just a few more because it doesn't look like I got even spread, but that's okay. A little more, a little less. Baking's all about making it work. get my arm workout today with this. All right, that looks much better with all those lovely poppy seeds. Kind of smooth this back out again. Okay. Now let's add the topping. All right. So we're gonna re-add our topping here. Not gonna be quite as pretty or covered as before, but you know what? It's all about how it tastes. Food is only partially eaten with the eyes. There we go. That'll work. All right, let's pop it in the oven for real this time. Okay, there we go. I will see you in about 30 minutes when I pull this out of the oven. Okay everyone, I have pulled the casserole, the Poppyseed Chicken casserole out of the oven, and I must say it looks amazing. It smells so good in this house right now. So I've got some bowls out here. All of my big serving spoons are in the dishwasher right now, so I've got a gravy ladle. It'll work. So I'm going to dig some of this out, and we're gonna have a taste test. Oh, it smells so good. So excited. All right, this is still very, very hot. I'm sure you can see the steam coming off of it. So I did cook this for 45 minutes. I ended up doing 45 because it wasn't super brown on top yet when I was checking it at 30 minutes. So I went ahead and did 45. Let's taste it. That is delicious. Could use a little salt and pepper. I didn't add any seasonings to it, since that's not what was called for in the recipe. And I didn't want to mess it up since I've never made this before. So I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper. Kind of stir things up. No, cat. None of this is for you. So I've got Tuxie over here coming to find out what's come out of the oven. Yeah, none of it's for you, kiddo. All right, let's see how that did after I added in the salt and pepper. Mind you, this is still extremely hot. Perfection. Absolute perfection. All right, folks, there you have it. This is the Poppyseed Chicken done by my grandmother. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I'm so excited to eat it. It's finally, actually, because of the wind and everything, starting to get a little colder in the house, which is nice. So I don't think it hit the high it was supposed to today. But I'm gonna take this and finish it off. Take some up to my partner up. He's working upstairs since he's working from home, so I'm gonna take him some lunch. If you guys are interested in more of these recipes, more recipes that I have around the house that aren't necessarily Disney, comment down below, let me know. I do make a mean queso as well, so that may be one recipe that shows up the next time I decide to do some queso, maybe for Super Bowl. It's always a good recipe to do for January and February. All right, well, there it is. Thanks for joining. Thanks for giving me your patience with uploading videos this month. I know that it is going to be a little bit slower for November, December time frame, but I hope everybody has an absolute magical day. Until next time.